morning, everyone. Joanna here. Happy Saturday. Super excited for this Instagram Live. Today I'm interviewing a thyroid specialist, Hashimoto's and hypothyroidism nutritionist, Aggie Maccabee, who is going to share her journey on implementing silent counseling into her nutritional practice and how it really changed it for her, how it took her to another level, how it allowed her to increase clients' results, improve clients' results, and most importantly, expand the capacity of her business, doing so much more for clients with thyroid issues. I am a former Hashimoto's thyroiditis sufferer. I mean, now my Hashimoto's is in remission, and I'm a huge advocate for holistic healing, so multi-dimensional healing when it comes to any health issues. We seem to believe that it's all pretty much on the physical level, but there is so much more that comes to healing conditions. So I'm just going to wait for Aggie to join. I don't know if I need to invite you. There you go. I invite you. Cool. So I've sent you an invite and we're just gonna see if that worked. Let's see. There she is. I think. Hi, Aggie. Hello.
Hi.
I forgot that I have to invite you to.
That's okay. Here we are. How are you?
Welcome. I'm very well. How are you?
Very good, thank you. My absolute pleasure to be here.
Super excited to be interviewing you. I love really what you do, and obviously we've met online. I was just saying to viewers that I myself have suffered with Hashimoto's, so thyroid issues are God, they're so prevalent right now, and it would be so amazing to hear from you as a thyroid specialist, how implementing something that is perhaps still very much many people seem to believe it's woo-woo stuff, how it actually changed your practice, how it changed your clients' results. What was different, from the moment that you implemented silent counseling into your practice? But first of all, tell the viewers, what it is that you do exactly, how you help people.
Yeah, sure. So thank you for the lovely introduction. So my name is Aggie Maccabee. I am a nutritional specialist, nutritionist, specializing in thyroid disorders. So I work with women predominantly with thyroid issues in general. So I have to say Hashimoto's is most prominent, as you said. It's very common, but also Graves' disease, which is another autoimmune condition. Also, I work with women who have had their thyroid removed for whatever reason. So it is basically a broad spectrum of thyroid and also hormonal issues. And I obviously I'm a nutritionist, so predominantly when I started working with clients, I started working with food, lifestyle supplements, that then very quickly realized that something is missing, and you can only get to the certain level of healing if you just work with food. Of course, we see some amazing transformations, and people are feeling so much better through going through elimination diets, basically upgrading their nutrition, finding out food sensitivities. But then quite often we hit a point where the healing just cannot progress, and we still struggle with some symptoms, or we regress, so we feel better, but then we go back, and it seems to be this endless cycle of feeling better, and then it's impossible sometimes to stick to those very strict diets, so we feel frustrated, we feel deprived, and then suddenly, the symptoms come back, and we realize that it was just a temporary relief, temporary help, but actually the root cause of the problem has not been addressed. And with Hashimoto's, what is interesting is the root cause, of course, we know can be from food sensitivities, can be from some sort of inflammation happening in the body, but quite often it's actually rooted in emotional issues from the past, and certain stresses and traumas that are stuck in the body tissues that have either triggered the Hashimoto's and the thyroid problem, or those issues can be accelerating the symptoms, and stopping us from healing fully. So when I realized that, I started searching for a modality, searching for a something that I can add to my practice that would help my clients, get to this another level of healing. And this is when I came across yourself. So actually, a bit of a background before I did that with myself. I obviously have done lots of food healing and elimination diets, and I've gone through all sorts of protocols, but only when I incorporated more of a breath work exercises, some energy healing modalities. I worked with certain practitioners myself on my own healing, and I realized that is where potentially the answer lies. And then I came across you, and yes, and then the rest is history.
Amazing. And what was, because obviously you mentioned that, the first sort of port of call, I'm myself a nutritionist as well. So it's up until really, like, I think I fully implemented the energy healing and emotional release. Our first port of call is always, foods, right? Like, how can we optimize our diet? How can we, let's say, minimize the irritants, the allergens, and things that are actually making us feeling worse? But what was it specifically, in the silent counseling technique that caught your interest and made you kind of like, oh my gosh, like, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to add to my practice?
I think the difference between this particular modality and, for example, other, breath work that I've done in the past is that silent counseling can be really tailored to the individual, and you can, through the process and during the session, you can really identify what is the problem and where the root cause of that for that particular client lies. So it's not just a generic technique that we just use the same script for everyone. It is so precise towards what is for that particular person that is stopping them from healing, and we work on that. So that is just completely life changing, and also the good thing about it can be tailored in terms of time requirements as well. So it can be woven into an existing program, existing sessions. It can be also done as a separate session. So each client is different, right? For some, it might be enough to do a little bit of silent counseling as an add-on to the session. For others, it works so beautifully. It can be done as a series of 3 standalone sessions, and that delivers results. But none of the other modalities that I know of and looked at is as centered and tailored around the individual, So no 2 sessions are the same.
Exactly. And I love that you shared that. And I'm really interested to hear, because obviously I know you do one-on-one private work with clients. You also work in groups. So what differences have you noticed in your clients, whether that's one-to-one group work, on top of already existing nutritional work that you've been doing? What differences have you noticed in your clients happening?
So the change that I see is more on the emotional and just overall wellness level. So sometimes even if our symptoms regress and we don't, the tiredness improve and we have more energy, we don't crash as much, we feel better, but something is still missing because there are other issues that are stopping us from feeling our absolute best. So what the feedback I've been getting from my clients is more to do with overall level of just wellness and being grounded in their body and finally feeling like themselves again. So it's very easy to, like I said, have no symptoms but still feel that something is just not right. And I think this modality has really and practicing this particular techniques really helped them to feel themselves and at home in their own bodies, and that is that you can't put a price on that, really.
Oh gosh, I love that. I think, I mean, from my own journey, you don't really fully realize, like, I think, who you are until you really embody and fully step into yourself and your truth. And funny enough, we spoke about it personally before actual training, that what let's say from the emotional spiritual side, what thyroid issues are is
Yeah.
either inability to express yourself, express your truth, or over expression and just kind of like, you know, saying things like just, you know, they roll off your tongue
Yeah.
without even
Yeah.
thinking. So I'm curious to hear like the feedback from your clients, like what the difference in actual expressing themselves notice, if any at all.
I think mainly with relationships with others. So what I find, quite a few of my clients had issues with, and I think quite in general as women, setting strong boundaries and really speaking up for ourselves is a big issue, because we always want to please everyone, right? We always want to be liked and want to please everyone, and then it's very difficult for us to just draw this almost like a circle, protective circle around ourselves, and especially like you said with thyroid issues, this kind of stuck ability to express ourselves, it even makes the whole problem worse. So there I've noticed difference in that. I always work on setting strong boundaries with my clients, and through a process of silent counseling and silent counseling sessions, I've had really good feedback about that, being able to just express their needs and stand by their boundaries a little bit better. Yeah, definitely.
Gosh, I love that. And that's like you said, you know, you can't really put price on it. Like when you're, let's say, in a relationship that people, you know, keep on stepping onto your boundaries, and, you know, one just fills up with resentment, or, you know, is angry at oneself, like, why am I allowing this to happen? And then just like you shared earlier on, to be able to go down to the root cause of like, why am I behaving like this? What am I getting from it? And not only release that emotional burden, but also then see an effect of the actual health changing, you know, being so much more grounded, centered, embodied with oneself. And obviously, because, you know, when we did the training, the first day is when the practitioners work on themselves. So I'm curious to hear, how did you notice yourself a difference in yourself from just implementing that technique into your life?
Yeah, so I think that what I said before is just really fully coming into myself, in my own body. It is always a journey, and you know, we can be practitioners, but we all are on our own journey and path to, you know, the next level, wherever we want to get to. So the job is, and you know, the work is never done, the work continues. So I always find ways and means to help myself progress in, you know, in becoming the best version of whatever I want to become, and the things I want to work on. And this particular modality really, really helped me to get in touch with the emotions that potentially have been stuck a little bit. And even, you know, as a business owner, there are certain certain challenges that we face on everyday basis. There is a certain level of uncertainty. Then there is the whole aspect of visibility, being visible every single day. It comes with its own challenges. So I would say, as a practitioner and business owner, this definitely helped me, like little sessions that I do with myself, really accelerates my, I would say, just being grounded in the self kind of confidence in myself as a business owner, if that makes sense. And then also, funny enough, it also helped me, you will know that, but some of the guys watching might not. So I got my appendix removed all of a sudden. I think, God, it was like a month ago or something like that. No, more, 2 months ago now. It was just obviously all of a sudden happened. I was perfectly fine, and then I wasn't. And this was soon after I've trained in silent counseling. And actually, you know, working with physical pain and post procedure trauma, because that exactly what it is. Really, like, it really helped to release some of that. So I found it was like a divine timing, because I had the exact tool that I needed to use it on myself at the point in my life where I really needed it the most. So thank you for that. It was meant to be at that particular time.
Well, not only a speeding up in the healing, but I just love how you know, you've implemented into your whole life as well. And just from, like, you know, the business side of things, because obviously, you know, any nutritionists perhaps that are watching, well, yes, you know, it helps the clients get great, well, deeper results, better results. But from the business end of you, apart from the visibility and just being able
Yeah.
to stand in your truth and show up more confidently, being more visible, what else has changed?
So I can definitely, one thing I can say when anyone is looking for this, feels that there is something missing. So I think, you know, some people might be perfectly happy and they like get the results and you know, that is, you know, fantastic for them. But if you're a nutritionist and you're anything like I was, and you have this feeling that you could be helping your clients better, or you get to one point and there is just this feeling that they just, you know, just plateau and they don't get better, and you know that there is a potential they could get better. This is a fantastic modality to add. And I think for me, I was able to, for one-to-one clients, the programs now are much more, they just much more together, much more comprehensive. They don't just help people with Hashimoto's, with thyroid issues, or with physical symptoms. They help with the emotional traumas, with stress stuck in the body. Like I said, for my clients, I can just accelerate the healing so much further. It goes so much, you know, beyond food and lifestyle. That was what I mainly used to work on before. So definitely 100% that. I think anyone just feeling that they want to serve in a slightly different way, that is, you know, that is really the answer. And I think you've asked before how the clients react to adding something that's a little bit more out there, a little bit more woo. It's something that crossed my mind, definitely 100%. I am quite a kind of logical person. I'm not the most spiritual person out there, although I think that is slowly changing. Looking at my crystals there, that is a new addition. So I think the whole standpoint is, for where I come from, is that I share with my audience what I can do, what is my practice about, what is the new thyroid focused emotion healing that is the kind of more tailored modality based on silent counseling that I practice. And I put it out there, and I believe that the people who are in the right kind of zone of understanding, they will be naturally attracted to that. And you know, like for example, I still have clients that are purely interested in just nutritional advice, and that is fine, that is okay. But so many of the new clients that come to me are very much interested in the other emotional side of things as well. So I think it is, your business will naturally change and evolve if you are adding a modality of that sort to your practice, and you'll attract slightly different different types of clients.
I love that so much, because well, not only you can serve the clients on a much deeper level, you can actually speed up the healing, meaning that you can help more people. You can hold, let's say, you know, if you're running group programs, you could potentially actually help even more people in those group programs, because you're no longer using so much of your own energy, resources that are coming from you, but actually something that can just greatly benefit the additional work that you're doing. And just one last question. Why would you recommend it to any nutritionist, health coaches? 3 simple reasons why, like, this is the tool that really is going to change their practice.
So I think I've said it all before, but let me think about summarizing. So 3 reasons. So I think number 1 reason would be just having the tool to really accelerate the healing and be able to help your clients in ways that were unthinkable before. Number 2 would be, like you said, protecting your own energy. So being able to work on your own energetic channels and energy levels, which can easily be depleted during the session. So having that tool for yourself. And number 3 would be, because it changes you, I think. It helps you grow as a person, not obviously as a practitioner as well, but I think it is, if you're on your own self-development journey, that is the thing that can really push you forward.
Love it, love it. Thank you so much. I think I saw a comment. Let me just double check. There was a comment from one person watching. Clavicle girl, sorry, she said, I have both Hashimoto's and Graves, but they're both in remission. So anyone who's interested sort of in getting any advice on thyroid, please head over to Aggie's profile. She is the absolute go-to person, specialist to help you with that. And anyone who is a nutritionist or health coach, or is looking sort of to move into that avenue and is looking for a tool that will help them to get to the root cause of their clients' issues, you know, use a lot less of your energy and really expand your ability to help more people and grow your business, then get in touch with me. And Aggie, thank you so much for joining this live on a Saturday morning. I'm just so happy to hear, you know, how you took this modality, honestly, like fish to water, and like you've even just